Hello, I'm Dynamic Dilver.
And I'm Moose Monkey Gaming.
And welcome to our review of Wildfire, which is episode 5 of season 1 of The Walking Dead. So, the episode begins with the aftermath of the massacre at the camp, destroying the brains of the fallen members and also burning the walkers. And it turns out Jim has been bitten.
Mm-hmm.
And Andrea's staying with Amy's dead body, waiting for her to reanimate into a walker.
Yeah.
Are you going to put anything in?
I don't know. I'm just waiting for you to do something, and then I'll join.
Okay, so as people start to freak out about Jim going to turn, just like Amy is, Amy turns! And Andrea's apologizing for not being there and shoots Amy in the head. So now people are not sure what to do with Jim.
Yeah, and they're trying to get him. Shane's plan was to kind of just try and find a new safe spot to hide out in, I believe.
Yes.
And then Rick's plan was to go to the CDC to see if they can cure Jim or find some sort of safe place.
So no one's sure who to side with, and during this time Jim's succumbing to the virus.
Mm-hmm.
So Rick and Shane decide to go for one last hunting trip before they decide where they're going. During this time, Rick and Shane are hunting, and they split off, and Shane sees Rick and points his gun to him. And then, like this, you have Dale. He turns and...
Yeah, and Dale's just kind of shocked. You gonna... What's happening here?
I'm surprised he didn't say, "Hey, Shane, what are you doing?"
Yeah, he made... It was weird because it was it might have been out of shock, but he made no attempt to stop him. Maybe he didn't know what was going on entirely. I don't know.
Yeah, but he looked like this.
Yeah.
So Shane's like, Rick, let's go. Dale, come on. I thought I saw something next to Rick.
Yeah.
So they go back to base camp, and so Rick suddenly decides, we're going to the CDC. We're going to help Jim. He's dying. We don't kill the living.
An interesting choice of words for that show.
And we continue. So one of the group members decides they're not going. They're going to try to find their own way. We never see them again. So
well, actually, it was one family. It was
one family decides they're going their own way, and we never see them again. So as they take 6 cars for 9 or 12 of them.
It was a weirdly small group, considering we were talking about it during the episode. They could have just put all their fuel and resources towards one car, but instead they had to bring all 7 of the cars that they had with them.
Yeah, and it's more funny to think that Daryl and Shane are on their own. They're wasting gas for 2 extra cars. They could have put those 2 in other cars. And Daryl could have ridden the motorcycle.
Yeah, and they could have just, if anything, they could have just taken the spare parts from their cars and put them towards the RV, which breaks down on the road later on.
Yeah. So they decide to leave Jim there because he's like, Rick, just leave me. Just let me turn. It doesn't matter now. So they leave him.
Yeah.
So Rick and the others finally get to the CDC and decides that this was a bad idea. Yeah. They are trapped. It's night.
And they're locked out of the building and they can't get in. But
during this time, we kind of switch to this video recording of this doctor in the CDC who's trying to figure out how to cure the thing. Mm-hmm. And he accidentally destroys his best sample. And so he's kind of giving up hope, just drinking himself.
Yeah.
And he notices the group arriving on his doorsteps. And Rick's noticed that the camera's moving. And he's begging to be let in. That this is the only chance. If they are left outside, they are dead. The doctor is feeling mercy, so he lets them in. And it's kind of this bright light just hits them. And you're kind of why is it so bright in there?
It's a weird amount of lights in that room. It's the main door into the building, too. It's not even special loading area for things or anything. It's just like the main door is super bright.
That is how the episode ends.
Yeah, it ends on a cliffhanger, kind of.
Yeah, like, what's going to be on the other side? Is this a safe haven?
And what was he kind of trying to do, aside from cure the disease? Like, what was his method?
So what did you think?
I thought it was a pretty good episode. I liked it. It was there was less to complain about from the previous episode, but even in the previous episode, there wasn't a lot that was like, this is bad. Yeah.
Okay. To me, this episode represents, like, we're starting to get into the finale. We need to start giving our characters more purpose than just sitting around and doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
They are looking to survive, and they might have found it. And those are answers that we want to know. Can they survive? Is this a safe haven?
Mm-hmm.
So I think I give this episode a 7 out of 10. Like I said, it's a good second final episode. But to me, it didn't really have that much stakes that later second to last episodes have throughout The Walking Dead. So I think, like I said, I give it 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
What do you give it?
Yeah, I'd probably say 7 out of 10 as well.
Okay. So join us next time when we review season 1 finale.
Yeah.
I'm Dynamic Dover.
And I'm Moose Monkey Gaming.
Until next time.